Hey everyone, I would like to share a math resource with you today called Thinking Blocks. The website is mathplayground.com/thinkingblocks.html, and on this site students can use bar models or tape diagrams to solve problems, and you can choose the categories of addition and subtraction word problems, multiplication and division word problems, fraction word problems, or ratio and proportion word problems. They've also they recently added the Thinking Blocks Junior, which is adding and subtracting with smaller numbers, but there's still quite a bit of reading involved for the word problems. So if you are using it in the younger grades, it would probably need to be with students who are good readers, or at least on-level readers for second grade, because they'll have to really comprehend what the problem's asking them in order to create their models. But I'll walk you through a multiplication and division example so you can see how the site works. So click on it and it opens a new page. There are 6 different types of models to be used for multiplication and division. If you click on this view progress, it'll tell you what each type is. So there's missing product, missing quotient, compare quantities, etc. Or you can do random models. That's the question mark option. If you click on that, it'll give you random problems. If you want to do a specific type, then you could have your students select that specific type. There are tutorials for each of the different types of models, so either you could watch them as a class or you could direct your students to those to understand how to use each of the models. But I'll choose this one for now, turn the full screen on, and start modeling. So once they've selected the type, then they're given a word problem. There is the setup work area for building their models, and then at the bottom there are instructions, and it also gives feedback after they've checked a certain part. So it's going to step-by-step walk them through how to create these models and then use them to eventually solve the problem. So my word problem is Philip and Austin have a total of 45 songs on their MP3 players. Philip has 8 times as many songs as Austin. How many songs does Philip have? So my first step is just to label the people that are in the story. So I have Austin and then Philip. And then I need to drag my squares to represent the story with my bar models. So I know that Philip has 8 times as many songs as Austin. So if Austin had 1 unit, Philip has 8 times as many. So something students need to understand prior to using this site is that each of these units are the same size, which means that they all have the same value. So that's why Austin can have 1. I don't know how much this is worth yet, but I know that this is 8 times as many because each of these are the same size and have the same value. Okay, so I'll check that. I got it correct. So my next step is to label the values that I know and then the part that I'm looking for. What's the question? So I know that Philip and Austin together have a combined total of 45 songs. So over here it's showing that combined Philip and Austin have 45 songs. What I'm looking for is how many songs does Philip have? And then the last part is to use my model to solve the problem. So I'm looking for how many songs Philip has. I know that all together there are 45 songs, and there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. Each of my units are equal, so 45 divided by 9 is 5. Each of these units is a value of 5 songs. So Philip has 8. Each has a value of 5, so 8 times 5 is 40. That means that he should have 40 songs on his MP3 player. And I got it correct. So then they would go on to the next problem. If you want to go back and check progress, you can see that now these are my 2 completed activities from before, and now I've completed a compare quantities 2 problem. So I've earned a star in that category as well. The tutorial videos, you choose your model, and then it'll talk you through what that's going to look like. It shows you examples.
Labels to the targets in the work area. Tap the check button to check your work.
You get the idea on those. But these are really great. I've used them with some 4th and 5th grade students, and they really enjoyed them, even though it's just solving word problems with models. But it's a really good skill to have. Hopefully manipulating them online will also translate when they're doing the work in class to think about how they could represent the problem with a model or a diagram, and show the equal sharing or the equal parts for multiplying and dividing. And then they also have the fraction categories and addition and subtraction too. So play around with it and let me know if you have questions. I'd love to come in and work with your class on this, or get you started if you needed some help or support starting using these models. Thanks.